Morning friends, happy Monday, and I've got to say the royalists have been going absolutely mad in the comments of my videos and on other social media channels hosted by other people. It's really strange. It's almost as though the royalists are on side of the British media. They want to ignore the fact that William and Kate have been on holiday, and that's absolutely fine if you're a royalist, but I have one question to ask. If it's not a problem that Kate and William go on holiday with their children whenever they like, why does it have to be a secret? Why can't the media cover it, post the holiday so there's no security risk? Yeah, maybe comment on it when they get back to the UK, giving full details of what the family enjoyed, where they went and what they got up to, because that would be good travel advice, right? If it's fit for a prince and a princess, it must be a great place to go. I've not got the answer to the question. I don't know why European media has to expose them, and even the headline in French says secret holiday in France. I don't know why it's down to other creators like me to pick up on the European news and publish it in the UK. I genuinely don't know why this has to be a secret. Is it because it looks awful? Is it because the cost of these two and the benefit they bring the UK don't match up? High cost, low benefit? Is it because generally they take more holidays a year than the working days? That's also true, by the way. Look at their diaries. They're on holiday more, a higher number of days than they work every single year. Comments are open as ever. Have a brilliant Monday. Let me know what you think.
Guys, I really thought today we were going to have a serious day of doing, serious things. But the more coverage I see of the skiing trip, the more I'm realizing that the jokes are just making themselves now at this point. And I don't want to laugh, but it's like, what is actually going on here? This is actually like, this is quite concerning now, because it's not making sense. And then all the people in the comment section, the ones who are normally so vocal, nobody stepped up to explain this to us. Nobody has stepped up. We're waiting. We're still waiting. And we'll wait. This is just, it's like a mockery. That was my first instinct. It's like, this is mocking. Because, people have stated that, because like, again, I don't really follow, kind of this particular content, or make it myself. But I've had to say something here because, it's like you don't follow, just kind of, even not out of not interest, but kind of out of respect, because that's what we were told, that, you have to respect the, the process of the treatment, what. I remember there was a whole song and dance last year before the announcement, and then there was the announcement, and then, I really don't follow them as a couple, as in, like, I don't know what they're doing, but people have come into the comment section saying, the diaries are empty, they're not really doing any work, but they're going on lots of holidays, and then dangerous holidays as well for somebody who's, she told us her health status. So it's just left us asking a lot of questions. And I don't think questions are what we need to be asking, because this whole thing should just be, we see the other two who are, Harry is just, he's doing wonders. He is doing wonders. And y'all are on holiday. Look, everyone's allowed to have a holiday. Everybody's allowed to have a holiday. We just have questions. And we're allowed to ask questions before people start saying, because they don't like us asking questions. It's like, you should just sit down and be quiet. But no, we ask questions around here, and we're asking questions because we're allowed. But also, explain to us then. Explain all of this. Explain it. Explain. Give us the real explanation medically if this is allowed. Or just explain. Because y'all are quiet now. You're very quiet. And I think someone actually said to me, someone said, I think the PR deliberately throws them under the bus, which this kind of looks like. And also, I think the people who normally defend them, it's getting indefensible. This doesn't make sense. This is what we keep saying. The things don't make sense. This does not make sense. Medically, this does not make sense. Argue with yourself.
Morning friends, happy Monday. Let's jump into this one straight away with a slightly different angle. Wait for it, wait for it. We all know that in Prince Harry's court dealings, there's been secret material. He is pressuring the UK government to give him and his family the royal protection they deserve. Some of the material from the non-working royal family and the British government obviously is not for public consumption. And Harry's probably seen material from the British working royal family that says, let him go his own way. We don't really care. He's not adding that much value anyway. But my point on this one is, after hearing that in private, how brave was Harry to continue with his work and still fly to Ukraine on behalf of Invictus? How much bottle, how much nerve, how much belief in himself after everything he's been through must he have had to come up with to keep going and keep doing the good that he's absolutely focused on? This to me is the measure of Harry. One day he's hearing terrible things that affect him and his family, decisions that can't be justified, decisions made out of spite. The next day he shrugs his shoulders, gets on with Invictus activity and doing good. And this is one of the many reasons he reminds me of Diana, because no matter how much his own family and the British government try and drag him down, he just dusts himself off and gets back up again. Comments are open. Have a brilliant Monday. Let me know what you think.
Let's discuss the public's reaction to Meghan Markle versus Camilla Parker Bowles and why it's racism. So Meghan Markle, who all she's doing now is her show with Love Meghan, and there seems to be a hypercritical audience when it comes to her and judging her character. And it's like, well, if you want to be a judge of character, Camilla was sleeping with a married man. She wrecked a home. I can't remember what interview Prince Harry said it in, but what he said made a lot of sense. He said, why did he have to marry her? And when he says he means his father, Charles. You get to be with this woman that you say you always wanted to be with. Fine, be with her. But why do you have to marry her? Because when you marry somebody, they get all the benefits that this woman does not deserve because she wrecked a marriage. So many people claim that they love Princess Diana. You can't love Princess Diana and not have any criticism for this woman. When I see her out and about, the people aren't turning their backs on her like they were doing with Meghan when she was reaching out and trying to shake people's hands. And I wouldn't touch anybody's hand. We just got off a pandemic. Let's all keep our hands to ourselves. But she was, doing her duties as a royal duchess. And some of the people were being nasty, but they weren't that way with Camilla. And the reason is because you have a lot of people who it really grinds at them that this woman married their dream guy, that this woman is living a soft life that they feel like she doesn't deserve. You ever notice when somebody feels like you get something you don't deserve, they're going to continue to complain about it forever and ever and find another group of people? Bunch of bums who don't like this woman. It's like a bum brigade is what it is. A bum brigade. A bunch of bums who want to get together and talk about this woman but have nothing to say about Camilla.
Do you know who that was who just got an as ever package from Meghan Sussex? That was none other than the Athena Calderone. If you don't know her, you need to get to know her, especially if you love interior design. She is an impeccable interior designer, as well as a tastemaker. She is the epitome of chic style. But not only that, she is married to my favorite DJ of all time, Victor Calderone. I am a
salmon teriyaki a la Ed. Meghan Markle, I'm coming for you.
Y'all see this comment that was left on my post about the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle? Let me read it to you. It's from Karen Lawton. Yeah, one of those. She says, really, she's filling you with crap. If she wants to free the royal family, she needs to hand them titles back. She is nothing but a con artist. Excuse me, Karen? My sister, the Duchess of Sussex, a con artist? Let me be clear with you. She had a career before she became of the royal family. She was an actress. You need to look up this show on Netflix called Suits, where she's the lead actress in that show. And furthermore, who is she conning? She met Prince Harry. They fell in love. They got married, and she became a part of the royal family. They treated her bad. She had a son. And what did Prince Harry do? He took up for his wife and brought her to America, where we embrace people and support them. So what is she conning? Because they're still married and they're raising 2 children. So I'm confused.
But did you ever get a job working in politics?
I used to work for the U.S. Embassy in Buenos Aires, and yeah, I don't know. It was another life. Let's say I've had 9 lives.
But so cool.
Yeah, it's been really great. And now to sort of parlay that, I work pretty closely with UN Women now, and so it's full circle. I'm so lucky.
So you got to have literally all of these different dreams kind of come true at the same time.
Yeah, I can't complain about anything.
No, it's fun. What's next on your bucket list? Do you have one of those, a travel bucket list or a life bucket list?
I leave straight for the airport from here, and I go to London, then I'm going to Malta, which I'm so excited about. My great-great-grandmother's from Malta. I've never been, so I'm going with a genealogist.
That's
sort
so
of like
cool. And track it down. I went to the apartment that my grandfather was born in Gela, in Sicily, outside of Agrigento.
Was it incredible?
One of the best times of my life. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Woman. Being a part of this family and the platform that comes with that is an incredible responsibility that I take really seriously.
I think the way Meghan tried to work in the palace didn't fit in with how other members of the royal family worked. I know aides who have 1 meeting a month with their principals. Harry and Meghan were popping in and out of the office almost every day for briefings and updates.
I think they felt that she'd come in and, kind of be a sleepy little royal. But Meghan was like, no, I need to know the people, the places. I'm going to talk to people. I need to know nationalities. I need to know languages.
There have been reports that she comes to meetings with tons of questions and binders, that she does the work ahead of time.
She's aggressively emailing her staff at 6 in the morning. She couldn't do anything right.
Now, if every American got in trouble because they sent emails too early in the morning, I'm like, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice. They need to feel empowered to use it. And people need to be encouraged to listen.
Suddenly, Meghan's charm, that was her hard work and her perseverance, was being turned into a problem for the royal family.
I cannot believe it's 2020 and we're still faulting women for being ambitious.
Now an absolutely wonderful queen in waiting.
She was incubated into being a princess. She's learned never say anything, always smile, always have lovely hair.
A leak or who leaked what to whom, whether the Sun were right to publish, where they got their information from. It's more a question of the relationship between a father and his son breaking down, and the fact that we have now heard that Harry was told that unless he withdrew these allegations that he made, and he named an official, unless he withdrew that allegation, his allowance would be stopped. And when he said he wasn't going to withdraw the allegation, he wanted to pursue the case against the Sun newspaper, his allowance was stopped. So I think we've seen essentially where this very, very serious rift in the royal family got to the point of
where the Disney princesses are pretty dolls, and you have these superhero girls that are like kick-ass superheroes in high school and stuff. You can do that with the Disney princesses. Make them more Meghan Markle as a princess than Kate Middleton as a princess. Make them someone who's a person, who's got a personality and defined. And I think it would be a lot of
God, you're even prettier than I thought you'd be.
So Donald Trump took a taxpayer-funded flight on Air Force One last night to watch the UFC fight in Miami, even though he took the flight from West Palm Beach, Florida, which is only an hour drive from Miami. In other words, instead of taking his Tesla, which he said he purchased, and which shows you how not fun it is to drive those cars, he elected to take an expensive flight using your money and my money to watch another fight after playing a round of golf and after destabilizing the global economy, decimating people's 401ks, and draining the retirement accounts of millions of Americans with his tariffs, which he keeps on flip-flopping, reversing, and caving on. And yeah, here's a picture of the President of the United States doing what I would call extremely wasteful government spending. Where is Doge when you need them?
China legalizing the counterfeiting of American goods is the trade tariff version of a draw for Uno out. China is giving the middle finger to intellectual property, and it's not just about handbags. When it comes to name brands you associate with high-quality American goods like Nike, Apple, Disney, this is the nuclear option, and I'll give you 3 things about it. Thing number 1, this is the direct result of Trump's stupid trade war. Earlier this week, China responded to Trump's blanket tariff with a retaliatory tariff of 34% on American goods. Then yesterday, Trump threatened to add an additional tariff of 50% to China. Turns out, China had the Trump card in their back pocket the whole time, legally sanctioning pirating. Headlines for at least the last year have been screaming American businesses pulling out of China due to unfair practices. Now it's like China is saying, oh, you're leaving? We'll just make all your shit ourselves. Thing number 2, this is going to be yet another massive blow to American jobs and the American economy. Think about the designers, engineers, and factory workers who pour their heart into making high-quality American goods. Now their hard work is being shamelessly ripped off with Beijing's seal of approval. We're talking about a potential tsunami of cheap, inferior goods flooding international markets, undercutting legitimate businesses and further hollowing America's manufacturing industry. The very thing Trump supposedly set out to revive. Thing number 3, this is a clear sign of the global power vacuum created by Donald Trump. When you alienate allies and cozy up to autocrats, this is the type of respect you get. Our standing in the world is plummeting faster than the Dow Jones. This isn't just about trade, it's about the erosion of the rule of law and emboldening those who seek to undermine democratic values. This is a very dangerous precedent, and frankly, it's terrifying. As always, if you like this kind of content, like, follow, and share, and be sure to click on the link in my bio and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Major League TV.
Mr. Vance, you called Chinese people peasants. Let me tell you what that word means to us. In China, a peasant is someone who works the land with their hands, feeds a family through hard work, and lives with values like honesty, loyalty, and kindness. Maybe we didn't have a chance to go to top schools, but don't confuse lack of opportunity with lack of intelligence. Because when we do get the chance, we become the ones building your AI chips in Silicon Valley, leading global tech companies and pushing the edge of innovation. While you are busy labeling us, we are busy building high-speed trains, world-leading 5G networks, and space programs that make headlines around the world. You used an outdated word with an outdated mindset to describe a country you clearly don't understand. And here's the twist. The peasants you mock, they are also one of your biggest creditors. China holds a big chunk of US debt, So yeah, the patents you took down too, you actually owe them. So the next time before you speak, ask yourself this: what kind of leader mocks people for being hardworking and honest? Isn't that more of a reflection on you than on them? In our culture, peasant means roots, the strong roots that hold up a nation reaching for the stars.
You know the tariff war is getting bad because ain't no TikTok in China. So how are they all landing on our FYP? Now I know you've been seeing this guy all over your FYP. Well, he goes by the name of Sin Bags, and he's basically been exposing luxury brands, their costs, and how you can get these bags directly. Albeit you won't get the label, but you'll still get the quality material. And you've also probably been seeing this woman here. Well, she goes by the name of Luna Sourcing China, and she lets you know the distributors for some of your favorite clothing brands, including Lululemon. Now, people have been trying to figure out, why are these people coming across FYP? Well, here's the thing. We've gone through a tariff war with the United States and China has started to reduce their regulations on a lot of things, which includes counterfeiting. If you guys didn't know, China is an authoritarian regime, and so they have strict guidelines when it comes to counterfeiting because prior to all the tariff wars, they used to have a relationship with the US, and China used to honor patents as well as trademarks for a lot of these luxury brands. Until the trade war happened, and then they just said, F it. Now, before the trade war, we were still able to get those dupes from the gate, if you know what I will. But that's because most of those distributors hadn't got caught yet. Because again, prior, China had this like, if we don't see it, it's not occurring type of policy. But if they did see it, then they would be taken down. And that's why a lot of those gate Alibaba, AliExpress type of companies would often go down, and it'd be really hard to find those distributors again because they would get caught. And then they would have to come back and rebrand as a new name, even though they still had the same material. But now that those regulations have been dropped, you're going to start seeing a lot more of these distributors basically just selling directly to you. And what makes the story even more funny is that TikTok's not in China, y'all. It's not there. It's under a different subsidiary name, but it's not TikTok, and those apps don't cross. So the fact that you're seeing these videos makes it even more hilarious.
The final thing that I will say
Do you know
is
why
that
those
this
costs have
election,
increased
I didn't ask you a question. The final thing that I will say is that this election is the best example of why y'all are so afraid of diversity, equity, and inclusion, because then you can't have a simple-minded, underqualified white man somehow end up ascending. Instead, you've got to pay attention to the qualified black woman that is on the other side. And with that, I will yield.
You may recall that Trump appointed a pro wrestling executive named Linda to be the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, right? Turned out to be a weird job because both she and Donald Trump say that her job as Secretary of Education is to shut down the Department of Education. Kind of a strange job. Still, though, Linda McMahon, Trump's education secretary, found time in her busy schedule to go to a conference this week, a conference on artificial intelligence and American education. It's a whole conference about AI. Artificial intelligence, AI. That's what we call it, right? AI. AI. Unless you're Trump's education secretary. In case that abbreviation, AI, turns out that's a really hard one.
I heard, I think it was a letter or a report that I heard this morning. I wish I could remember the source, but that there is a school system that's going to start making sure that first graders or even pre-Ks have A1 teaching, every year starting, that far down in the grades. And that's just that's a wonderful thing.
You see the other people on stage with her going, she's the Secretary of Education. She's talking, wait, what are we talking about here?
Sure that first graders or even pre-Ks have A1 teaching, every year starting, that far down in the grades. And that's just that's a wonderful thing. Kids are sponges. They just absorb everything. And so it wasn't all that long ago that we're going to have internet in our schools. Woo! Now, okay, let's see A1 and how can that be helpful?
Now, I myself, I love me some A1. It's tangy. It really brings out the best in a steak or whatever. But A1, I mean, it's not like an education term of art, like K-12 or something, right? Or pre-K. You know what I mean? Like A1 is a whole different thing.
Internet in our schools. Woo! Now, okay, let's see A1 and how can that be helpful?
How can can that be helpful? How can that be helpful? So this is an anagram that you spell out. It's not like NASA, where you don't say NASA, you just like pronounce the anagram as if it's a word. This is the whole anagram spelled out. It's artificial intelligence, A and then I, AI, and she cannot spell that. So now we've got tangy, salty A1 in all the schools. And that will somehow be facilitated by abolishing the U.S. Department of Education.
Hello, my people. Lady Rose here. How y'all doing? Guys, this wind is too much. See the wind? The wind is like a bad news. I'm freezing. The wind is bad. I don't know if y'all guys can hear me. Remember, this is my park. Long time ago, when I used to live in my old home. Remember, I used to film in this park. So I came to visit this park. Yeah, I came to visit my park. It's cold. I guess with this wind, it's gonna be very hard for y'all guys to hear me. I'm gonna go. Okay? I'm gonna get in the car and I'm gonna make this video later. So, Pete and Repeat went on secret vacation, and not lots of coverage out here. They got coverage from this weird French paper called Paris Match. That Paris Match, the name itself just tells me that it's not too legit. It sounds to me like this new thing they have, like a Paris foot. Yeah, when you hear something saying Paris foot or Paris wherever, you need to ask lots of questions. Sorry, I needed to clear my throat because let me clear my throat. Yeah, because you know, anything coming out of Paris with those kind of hidden wherever. And I saw the reporter who was reporting on that vacation. He is like where I went up in the mountain where Prince Pete and Princess Repeat were hiding. And it was very hard to get a hold of them. But I tried my best to find where they were at. So this little kid is actually acting like he was a spy. The kid looks really young, like Jason Neff. Yeah, he resembles Jason Neff. He looks like one of these ones here. One of these kids nowadays. Yeah, one of those kids. One of those, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that kid looks like he is actually the one dating Pete. Mm-hmm. If you know what I mean. Because the coverage, it does not look like that guy likes to repeat at all. It did not even sound like he wanted to even see Repeat in that area. But even though in my head, all those pictures, all that everything behind them is AI made. Did y'all see Pete with the bottle? Yeah, he was showing his daughter like how he can push those bottles. Reba told me the names out here, I just forgot. Reba, you be telling me the name of those English Ruski standard. I forgot. Oh, she said, oh well, I forgot, Reba. You better just drop the name again. This time I'm gonna try remember. You know, I'm gonna try and remember the names of those. The name names of those English Ruski standard. Or maybe it's called England standard, but Reba, I forgot. You better drop the name down here. So I saw that dude. I saw Pete with a bottle. He was showing it to his daughter and showing it to Mambus, to Repeat. And guess what? Repeat had no smile on her face in all those pictures. What are these people trying to tell us? These people need to come tell people the truth. And no secret vacation out here. When people go on secret vacation, we still find out that they left and went somewhere. Remember when Ted Cruz, what is his name? He's Ted Cruz, yeah. That dude. Cancun guy, Mexico. That dude took it, he went on vacation in Mexico. And that's a politician of the United States of America, y'all. Guess what? The people found out that that dude was on vacation in Mexico. And they came out here and told on him. And you know those vacation areas in Mexico, they are more hidden than all those French Alps. You know? Those French Alps, you find lots of people all the time, and I do not believe it's still that cold in that area at this moment. Yes. Guys, if you didn't know, I grew up in Europe. You know, some weathers that lots of people can't tell. Around that Europe, I can tell. You know, I speak French, right? Yes. And so I'm telling y'all, what these people are saying, these people were just, this Speed and Repeat were just skiing 2 minutes ago. With nowadays climate change. And everything, I know that area is a ski resort. And y'all, did y'all pay attention? Y'all paid attention to Repeat. Y'all saw, I took lots of pictures so I could insert them into this video so y'all guys could see how strong Repeat really is skiing around. Yep. And this is the person that y'all guys have excuses for telling people that she needs more time off because she's recovering. She has this big C. She can't really do the royal engagements. But you know, the people of that country, they are so brainwashed that they don't even know what to do with themselves anymore. They're literally paying for these people's luxury life. They're literally paying for them to just go and ski forever and not do anything, not even show up to cut ribbons for the charities. And meanwhile, these mofos are on food banks. They are on food banks and food stamps. Yeah, the people in that country are doing good, the Brexit. And after that, this guy, Charlie Boy, is commissioning lots of food banks. That's what the next 10 years gonna look like. You wanna feed your babies, go to food banks. You wanna get so go to those charities, get public help. Because y'all are so naive and so incompetent, that's what you get. You want to be treated a certain way, behave a certain way. That's exactly what's happening here. So you're going to be on minimum wage and pay for these people to enjoy. But I'm telling you that thing, they're just making people talk because guess what? They saw Duchess Sussex as ever came out. She is on news. Duchess Sussex is... This spread has more coverage than this Pete and Repeat's vacation in the French Alps. Yes, the little thing that our queen made, the spread, to spread on your toast, is getting more coverage than the future king of England. But I told you guys, I already have a vision. That dude ain't never gonna be no king, and that is, Papa is gonna disappear, and after that there ain't gonna be no king anymore in that country. If everybody's gonna switch into republic, become the Republican, I'm not asking you to become this bigger Republicans of ours. I'm asking you guys to become the Republicans, Republic of the UK. Not the monarchies. Brainwashed, small brain, twisted DNA, twisted chromosome, twisted corpus spongiosum, twisted corpus cavernosum, twisted every single damn thing. Look at the way they're being manipulated. Them racists. Shame on y'all. Those pictures look like AI that I could fabricate my damn self down here sitting on my computer in my office. I don't even need 10 minutes to create those kind of fake pictures. Yep. I'm telling you all guys, all these pictures were staged, fake pictures. Pete broke up with Repeat. They don't live together. They're just trying to bring all this smoke mirror to smoke y'all guys' head, to smoke y'all guys' faces. They're smoking y'all guys so y'all guys couldn't see. So you can't see. I'm trying to park. Don't be looking at this address here. Where I'm at. Maybe you already saw my bank, but it's okay. What are you gonna do? You gonna go in there and tell them give you my money? They ain't gonna do that. That's a confidentiality law in this country. You can't be flying like you flying in the UK there. You're sitting down celebrating the people who are doing nothing for y'all guys. They're staging pictures on the ski resort, living some kind of discreet life. Look at Repeat's hair in those pictures, especially the one on the balcony. I don't know if I took that one on that little cabin on that balcony. That damn thing look fake, like somebody's grandma's teeth. I said it. Yes, it looks fake, like somebody's grandma's dentures. The hair on her head. If Repeat is that strong, she needs to go back to work. Stop talking about that big C that she did not have. Bitch, listen, she never had nothing. Okay? She never had nothing. If she can ski that way there, the way she's skiing, and there's nobody holding her. She is strong enough to come out here to cut ribbons for the people of Salty Island. If she can go around and pull those bottles, the bottles with yellow color liquid in it, if she can pull all those together with her ex, with the ex-husband, if she can pull those liquid, those green ones, yellow or green, whatever, or red, yeah, they can drink that, she can work. Or you just want her to be around there, start bringing you guys all the fake news that they can bring. I wonder what's going on with Daily Mail, and I wonder what's going on with The Talk. I wonder what's going on with all those independents and all those other motherfuckers. I do not know what's going on with them. They don't know coverage because it's so secretive. they got the Paris Match to talk about him. And on that Paris Match, they had one young boy who looks like he's 25 and falling. And looks like him and Pete be doing something. He looks like Jason enough because you know those are the kind of people that Pete like to do. One day Pete gonna come out here and tell you guys the truth. You guys gonna call me prophet. Pete be doing boys. And I believe that's how Pete became friends with Rose Hanbury. Because y'all know who Rose Hanbury is. And y'all know how he does doodle. And so that's the people. So that Paris Match little boy sat down there lying to people, and the way he's repeating himself and the way he's twisting everything, I was like a child. I can see right through you. How much you got paid? You know life is too tough in those Paris. Them people, you can buy them with little tiny something sometimes. Life is hard. He got paid to lie to her. He got paid to come and tell all those lies. Yeah, if you spent all those years in psych school like I did, like 9 years, 9 good years of your life you spent in psych school, when you look at some people, you can tell straightforward this map for lying, okay? Yeah. All those people y'all guys call the body whatever, the body language specialists, all those people ain't got nothing on me. Especially those royal body language specialists, they can kiss my black behind any time because they know no smart bunch of dumb people with no education. They want to sit down there and try to profile people. Yes, I said it. So because Prince Harry went and shook Ukraine, and Duchess Meghan, this Markle name need to go out of my damn mouth, because you know who said that name was Fox News. I cursed the day I learned that name there, Markle. Princess Sussex. She went on Broadway, New York, shook the world. And the way she was taken care of in New York, no drama, she was there, the queen of them all. She's the future queen of England, whether you want or not. Y'all did have one black queen before in the history that y'all don't want to talk about. This time here, it's going to be public. With this internet age, the day they're going to bestow that title, the Queen of England, on Meghan Sussex, I don't know what. That's the first day I'm going to learn how to drink the thing, those champagne, and all those yellow stuff, and those yellow bottles, and all those red stuff, and all those red bottles. Don't play with me. The Sussex family went out, toured the world, did whatever they needed to do. Prince Harry went in all those the people's surgical places where they do operate on people's limbs and put prostheses on them, all those good stuff, and met with the Invictus team of Ukraine and all those sweet kind of stuff. Look at the people who are actually doing the job out here. And meanwhile, this little chicken head Peter with his boring repeat. This one here, allegedly are skiing. And did you pay close attention? I know those ski gear, jacket, everything makes people look big, but guess what? that body there ain't no Pete's body. You saw the one standing out there with that shorts with the size that we know Pete to be currently. That ain't no his legs. Come on, people. Even those ski jackets couldn't make that Pete look that big. That's a fake. That's why the tabloids ain't talking about it. Guys, I'm gonna go travel around the internet one more time. I'll talk to you guys again later. So please go subscribe to Isabella Bax's channel. That's my sister, my queen, Weezy's channel. So let's all go to Isabella Bax's channel and hit that subscribe button so we could get the sister to 10,000 subscribers. She's close to 6,000. We could do that today or by tomorrow. Share her videos and y'all gonna see that miracle happen. Because if you share her videos on other platforms, it's gonna bring the people from that platform to come to follow her. You know, there are also lots of people out here who actually watch our videos, but they do not subscribe. So please go subscribe, okay? And also go to my brother Baron's channel. That's the Royal Success. Go bless the brother, get your subscription on there for the channel, and also share his videos so we could also get him that silver plate from YouTube. Okay, he's been doing a wonderful job. Also go to all the success friendly channels, every single one of them. Bless all our sisters and brothers for standing up with one of ours. God bless you. I love you. Talk to you all again tomorrow. Bye for now.